Welcome back to Nerd Wars, and you guessed it, episode 3 of The Acolyte was as bad or worse than expected. IGN says this episode offers up, quote, a lot of tantalizing new layers to how we perceive both the Jedi and the Force. Now I would like to know if we use different versions of the word tantalizing. I paused it a lot so I could write notes. Is that what tantalizing means?
This is more outward.
I think it's canon that R2-D2 is a lesbian.
Oh,
Ooh.
interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
I'm confused about the entire motivation of May, agreed, who wants revenge on the Jedi but is actually the one responsible for killing everybody. And Smilo Ren? Probably the Zabrak mommy. She was the one who was very anti-Jedi when the Jedi were coming, but Anastasia, in her wise black lesbian wisdom, she's like, nah, we gotta go along with them or else the Republic will destroy us. And then she died, and we don't ever see the Zabrak woman, so I wonder who Smilo Ren is.
You know what you are?
What?
You're difficult.
If, that is, anyone is actually dead. After all, both twins thought the other one was dead. It seems likely none of the witches died at all. Oh my god. Well, we didn't see the Zabrakian? I'd do her.
I don't care.
The Jedi in episode 2 Minecrafted himself over this, it seems. He literally did nothing? He got dark witch magic used on him. He's probably changing his pronouns now because of it. Well, honestly, that's probably why I had to go into meditation. Turns his eyes black, like takes over his body with like dark force power. Thread power.
What?
If there's not more to the story, the Jedi Minecrafting himself will make absolutely no sense whatsoever. Correct. That's what they've been doing in these recent Star Wars. None of it connects together. It's like people haven't read the previous episode scripts.
Somehow Palpatine returned.
The witch chant was one of the lamest chants in the history of all chants. I want to giggle maniacally listening to it. I also want to cry, the power of one, the power of two, the power of many and communism. The Night Sisters are better witches. Merrin from Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order and Survivor is a better female witch character than anyone on the show. This show could have been done well. They chose to hire Leslie Headland instead.
Yeah, I just try to treat everything as if we're on RuPaul's Drag Race.
This show had something like $180 million for its budget, and I cannot for the life of me tell where any of it has gone. The few effects they do use are actually pretty good. Whether or not they're appropriate or you think they're kind of lame, they do look pretty good. But remember at the end of Empire, when Vader starts force throwing boxes at Luke, they just put those boxes all over the ground, and then that's the set. And then we get like the Fallujah. This one we get a little more interesting on the sets, but still it's like Stone Cave and whatnot. Star Wars like never feels futuristic. Can we be on Coruscant more? Can we have a Star Wars on Coruscant that's like actually sci-fi? Where we actually feel like we're like a spacefaring society?
What did you say?
Every world feels small. Yeah, because they just show you the little Fallujah corner of it. Every set feels claustrophobic. There's no sense of scale or variety. It's also relentlessly generic. But hey, lightsabers, occasionally, but you only pull them out if you're going to kill someone. Rewatching The Escape of Soul and Osha, this room with a pile of bodies is clearly not from a fire. Yeah, May did that. And then she blames the Jedi, and one of them Minecrafted himself with green poison over it. He did not do this. He did not set the fire. It may be Zabrak or whatever woman. Coral, I'd do her.
I don't care.
Maybe Coral corrupted May. May didn't do nothing. May, a good girl. She just trying to turn her life around.
Well, I mean, white people crying actually was the goal.
And Coral kind of looked white adjacent. If you took the horns away, I'd do her.
I don't care.
So yeah, there's more to this. While they're escaping, there was like some shaking above, and the witches yelled. And that was presumably this. Did one of the Jedi come in and do this? Not the way they're acting. No way. No. It had to be May or Coral. But they definitely want you to think it's May. Mayho.
Stop talking!
Regardless, what a weird way to end the episode. The girls fight. The fire spreads throughout what appears to be a stone cave. Yes, stone. And then suddenly they were passing all these bodies. No, when they're running, there's a... I had the closed captions on, and it says witches screaming or something like that. We didn't hear any commotion or screaming or battle. No, there's a little bit of rumbling. If you had the closed captions on, you would have heard the witches scream. It's more confusing than intriguing. Also, what's up with this tree? They are very obsessed with this tree. The Ubuntu tree. The power of one, the power of two, the power of communism. Lesbian space witches, lesbian space witches. I assume this is how they created the twins. I have no words.
The ability to speak does not make you intelligent.
I do have a theory, however. Imposters have taken over Star Wars and a lot of other popular genre properties from The Witcher to True Detective. Maybe they're fans, maybe they're not, but they're certainly masquerading as good storytellers. He's literally like, yeah, the woke mob came in and ruined everything. Without even realizing that's what happened.
This is getting out of hand.
And then all these Cope articles they've been writing about us, review bombing. The Mary Sue article, they call us fans. We're not real fans. We think we know what's best for Star Wars. Well, no, just people like Star Wars because it was really good and they want it to be really good. So the more mad they are, the less good it probably is. And they know that because they're not quote fans like you. They're actual fans. We have just spitballed a better show they could have told in like 5 minutes.
How did this happen? We're smarter than this.
Apparently not.
They're certainly not good storytellers, and they think they know best, making whatever changes they see fit to make it their own so they can be seen. Because we're narcissistic races, and everyone has to look and be just like us.
Every word of what you just said was wrong.
And then he quotes George R.R. Martin when he's talking about how they always want to adapt it and try to improve on it, and they never ever do. It's always worse. Then they make the story their own, which is not what we want at all. They never make it better, though. 999 times out of 1,000, they make it worse. Amen, brother.
Star Wars is very like patriarchal, so it was kind of cool to have like this sort of woman-centered figure.
I'm sorry, Forbes, but I guess you're far right now. Welcome. Oh well, what a shame. I'll keep watching. Obviously, me too. Me too. And I really do hope it gets better. In fact, next week's episode, which is too short and has an annoying cliffhanger ending, is leaps and bounds better than this one. But I think is probably the one we finally get pronouns. So that's something to look forward to. Yes, space pronouns. I'm very much looking forward to it. The title and thumbnail are going to make themselves. Silver linings and all that jazz. Yes, silver linings. It might be terrible. It might be the full-blown death of Star Wars, a beloved franchise. But at least I can get some views out of it. Please like and subscribe. My channel is under attack from black, non-binary, lesbian, communist space witches. Thanks for watching, and please follow the algorithm on your way out and support the channel by becoming a YouTube member.